Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready.
Today we're taking a look at something pretty incredible. It's known for its powerful message about love.
That sounds intriguing.
We're diving into a section from the Bible, 1 Corinthians 13.
Ah, the love chapter. A classic for a reason.
Exactly. And we're going to unpack what makes this passage so enduring. What it might reveal about, the very nature of love. What do you say? Are you ready to get started?
Absolutely. Let's dive in.
All right. So right off the bat, this passage does something pretty interesting. It contrasts love with these, really impressive abilities, speaking multiple languages, profound knowledge. But it claims these things are meaningless without love. What do you make of that?
It's such a powerful way to start. It's almost like a reality check,
Yeah. It's asking us, what are we truly valuing in our lives?
Right. We can chase after accomplishments and achievements and all those things, but are those the things that really matter at the end of the day?
And I'm curious, from your perspective, why do you think this comparison is so effective? What makes it so powerful?
I think it taps into a tension that a lot of us feel, especially in the world we live in today. We're constantly bombarded with messages about success and achievement, but I think deep down, we all crave something more.
That's a good point. Something deeper.
Yeah, we yearn for connection and meaning. And this passage, by putting these contrasting ideas side by side, I think it forces us to confront our own priorities.
I see what you mean. Are we building our lives on outward accolades or something more meaningful?
Exactly. And it sets the stage for a whole new definition of what truly matters, which brings us to, the heart of the passage, love itself.
You got it. And it goes on to describe these qualities of love: patience, kindness. Those feel kind of expected, but then it gets more interesting.
Nuanced, for sure.
Yeah. Love is not envious, it says. It is not self-serving. These kind of less obvious qualities, they seem to be the most challenging.
Absolutely. And I think it points to a love that's truly outward focused.
Outward focused.
It's not driven by ego or this need for recognition.
Right.
Actually, 1 Corinthians 13 specifically mentions not boasting and not being arrogant. And, it's about genuinely celebrating other people's success, not feeling threatened by them.
Huh. I hadn't thought about it like that.
Have you ever thought about a time when you truly rejoiced in someone else's good fortune?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That feeling you get, that lack of resentment, that's the real deal. That's what it's talking about.
Powerful stuff. It makes me think about how sometimes we say we love someone, but our actions, they don't always line up with those words.
That's so true.
This passage seems to say that love isn't just this, warm, fuzzy feeling. It's something you do. You actively choose to embody.
Absolutely. And it's about embodying those qualities: patience, kindness, generosity, day in and day out,
Yeah.
in all our interactions.
Yeah. And how we treat others, even when it's tough. And it's not just about the here and now, right?
Right.
The passage also says love never ends. And it goes on about prophecies and knowledge fading away, but love remains.
Such a beautiful idea, but I'll be honest, it feels a bit mysterious too. What do you make of that?
Well, it's fascinating, isn't it? This concept of love being enduring. It's not just in Christianity. It resonates across different cultures and philosophies too.
Really?
The ancient Greeks, for instance, had several words for different types of love.
Oh, I've heard of that, yeah.
Yeah, you had eros, romantic love; philia, the love between friends.
Right.
Storge for familial love. Some were fleeting, some were more about shared interests. But agape, that's the type of love being described here. It's deeper, it transcends the temporary, it persists even when circumstances change or feelings fluctuate.
It's a commitment to living.
That's a great way to put it, no matter what.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess. But isn't there kind of a tension there? Because the passage also talks about love being patient and kind, in the present moment. Oh, absolutely.
So how do we balance that focus on the day-to-day with this idea of love as something that transcends time and circumstance? How do those two things work together?
Yeah, it's a delicate balance for sure.
It really is.
It's about being fully present in our relationships, offering kindness and understanding in each moment, while also recognizing that love is a journey.
A journey.
Something that deepens and matures over time.
I like that. A journey.
It's like, imagine a garden. You have to tend to it daily, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to trust that the seeds you plant will eventually bloom into something beautiful.
I love that analogy. It really captures that sense of both action and faith. And speaking of growth, the passage also makes this interesting comparison. It compares our understanding of love to a child growing into adulthood.
Right. We start off with this limited, childlike view.
And as we mature, so does our understanding of love.
Exactly. It's something we can all relate to, right?
Yeah.
The way we saw the world as children, everything felt so immediate, so absolute. But as we grow, our perspectives change. Our understanding expands. And the passage suggests that our understanding of love works the same way.
It evolves. That makes me think about, those times I've felt that pure, genuine joy for someone else when their happiness felt like my own.
That's beautiful.
It's almost like love multiplies happiness instead of dividing it, like jealousy would.
I love that way of putting it. That's what it's all about. It's transformative. Letting go of our ego, choosing to love selflessly, that's what opens us up.
Opens us up to experiencing the world and connecting with others on a whole new level.
Absolutely.
So bringing it all together, the passage concludes with that powerful statement. The greatest of these is love, placing love above even faith and hope. Why do you think love is given this ultimate position?
It's a big question, isn't it? And it gets to the core of how these three virtues relate to each other. One way to think about it is that love is the active expression of both faith and hope.
How so?
Well, it's believing in something good, hoping for it, and then putting that belief and hope into action through love. It becomes the driving force behind everything we do.
I see. It's not just a feeling, it's the foundation. The foundation for how we live, how we treat people, how we face all of life's challenges.
Precisely.
Well, as we wrap up our deep dive into 1 Corinthians 13, we're left with this image of love as this incredible force, something that shapes not just our relationships, but our entire outlook on life. And, maybe it's a challenge for all of us to be more patient, more kind, more selfless, not just for ourselves, but for everyone around us. And I think it leaves us with a question.
A good one.
How might prioritizing love, really prioritizing it, change your approach to all your daily interactions, big and small? Something to ponder as you go about your day. Until next time, keep diving deep.
See you then.